3, 2, 1, paper.
Rock. Fuck, dude.
Let's go. Let's go.
You know what though? Like, I don't.
You're terrible at rock paper scissors. That's all.
You know what's?
That's all
It's
is.
first second. I thought we were gonna do the.
I saw that. I saw that. I was just like, 3, 2. Like trying to get through it. Like he forgot already. This is week 5.
This is week 5, and I've already forgot how to do the intro. I'm going back to basics. We scrapped that from the first episode.
Yeah. Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of the Panoramic Perspective Podcast. Hey everyone, welcome to the Panoramic Perspective Podcast, your weekly trip for anime shit. Let's get into it. Today's episode is Uzaki-chan Wants to Hang Out.
Oh boy.
Another fantastic recommendation by Zay over here.
Oh, what are you talking about? This was the best recommendation. This was the best recommendation from me, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I hope people can hear the sarcasm on that, because like
they're not gonna understand. They're just gonna be all like, he thinks this is his best one.
He thinks this is the best? Oh, that's odd. Okay.
So Uzaki-chan is the best anime ever created.
I mean, if you don't think that,
before we start, let's just
I just want to say, yeah, like all jokes aside, this is the representation of God tier in my eyes.
Don't tell them that. They're gonna believe you.
Let's get into the story, shall we?
Yeah, no, definitely.
So, first of all, quick summary. This is a story about an introverted young man who is forced to be social by this very outgoing girl named Hana Uzaki.
And like very outgoing.
Very outgoing.
But
this is like
oh, we don't mean it like that.
Yeah, not like that. This is more like that really loud girl that you see when you're out in public and you're hanging out with your friends. You're like, wow, does she not have an inside voice? That's Uzaki-chan.
Basically. She's very energetic and has this very positive energy, but also likes to mess with people.
Yeah.
She's a good person, you know?
She is a good person. She's got a kind heart at the end of the day, but she's got a very mischievous mind to where, oh, if she's going to embarrass somebody in public, she's going to embarrass somebody in public.
Yeah, bad.
Yeah. We're taking on a wacky adventure, or wacky emotional journey with Sakurai, Uzaki, and life-invading friends.
So Sakurai is the young man that he talked about in the beginning with the story. And he is a loner.
A big-time loner. Like
his face, he has a very angry appearance, even though he's very kind-hearted. And this normally gets people to be very intimidated by him and want to avoid him.
Yeah, generally it showed throughout the show, like first impressions are, oh, that's a thug, or he's scary, stay away from him. Mm-hmm. And it's mainly just because he's always mean mugging. He's one of those people who are born with that face of don't talk to me.
Yeah. And they really say it's the eyes. He has
it's
very
the eyes.
Piercing eyes.
We get to watch a relationship build up with frustration, confusion, friendship, and classic annoyance. Like I said, Uzaki's just that one friend that you have that you love to death, but damn, can they get on your nerves?
Yeah.
And she cranks that to
and
a
we
10.
all have that one friend. We know for a fact. If you have a group of friends, you know exactly what we're talking about.
Oh yeah, no.
Have my friend in mind.
You're looking at him.
If you were that friend, we wouldn't be doing this, because I feel like I get frustrated about every
you get too
thing.
frustrated.
You're like, gosh, he is not keeping up with the brainwave right now. We also get into probably my favorite character, and that's the old dude.
Dude, the old dude.
The old dude. He's a cafe owner. And he's really good at reading people, you know, for the most part. And he is what I call one of the two love gurus in the show. And how you first meet him is very weird, because he is just ogling over Uzaki-chan and Sakurai's interactions to a level where I was sitting there going,
this is unhealthy.
Yeah. Yeah. He sits there, he's like, oh, I love this. I love their interaction so much. I'm going to give him I'm gonna give him a raise to make sure
I should give him a raise so he stays working here more, and she comes in so I can see this interaction more often. Like it is nuts how this guy thinks.
He's just getting off.
And
Off these
he
two.
really is, but he's not even the worst part. He has a daughter named Ami Asui who is literally just like him, but worse. So with the old dude, it's more of a hinted at perversion more than with Ami. It's really, she gets a kick out of watching people.
Yeah.
And it's very weird and sometimes uncomfortable. She drools from the mouth. She purposely will set up moments to happen. And it's kind of weird.
And as a viewer, let's be honest here. As a viewer, I was sitting there going, this is a little weird.
It is. As a viewer, you get this almost disgust because you can relate to that. It's people watching. Everybody does people watching in a sense. And I know you're looking at me weird, but it's because think about it.
Okay, it wasn't because of the people watching thing, because everyone does that. I think it was just weird because we were just talking about how she's totally perverted and gets off on people's interactions, and then you're like, we all do that. I'm like,
well, but it goes into my point of why
for yourself, sir.
We almost feel disgusted watching it. You said you felt the same way. I think it's because of the fact that everybody people watches in a way so he can relate to her of Dude. Oh, I've definitely looked at people and thought, what the heck is going on over here?
We have
maybe
a conversation?
Watched a little bit more.
Can we have a conversation where I feel like whenever I people watch, it's I glance at someone, we make eye contact. It's the most uncomfortable position in my life. I just look away. Okay, we're done here. I don't know if that happens to anyone else, but if so, you're not alone.
It's always when they make eye contact. Have you ever zoned out and just looked out somewhere and you didn't realize that you're staring at people and they're staring back?
I've definitely done the Spider-Man thing where Mary Jane has waved at me. I have... Oh, not me. I do that all the time. A little too much, I think. It's kind of embarrassing.
Oh, it's classic broken heart right there.
And then we have the last guy who is Sakurai's friend. And that's basically all you need to know, because to me, he's kind of like Ami's sidekick.
Yeah, he becomes Ami's sidekick. You can see him as a third meddler to the relationship, but really he's more of support. I tried it my way, it didn't work out, because he when he's first introduced, he tries forcing the idea of these two should get together, but he just does it so blatantly. He just goes, you guys ever hooked up?
Which is the worst question you can ask someone if you're trying to get them together. Yeah, have you guys had sex yet?
Yeah, it was so weird, because it even forced our two characters. This was at a moment where still Uzaki and Sakurai were friends, but they were still in that almost annoyance state, so he still wasn't that comfortable with her.
No, yeah.
Yet that question just made it, hey, Uzaki, you want to go get ice cream?
Yeah. I actually wanted to ask you a question about this before we leave the character area. I had a feeling that Sakaki and Amy might have gotten together.
I thought that as well. The show gives off,
and I was kind of rooting
vibes. The show gives off vibes, but then it doesn't do anything with that. And I think it is mainly because this is focusing on Uzaki and Sakurai, and it's not that type of show to where it will branch out to its other characters like that. This is more fun. And
my big thing is jokes. I did notice that it's a 2020 show, so I'm like, is there going to be more? Not that I necessarily want more. I feel like if I want more, it'd be because of how the show ended, and we'll get to that.
Yeah,
because that
I wouldn't mind.
It's almost
more.
like a cliffhanger, if you will. But
yeah, in a way, I wouldn't mind more. I definitely wouldn't mind
more. I think. Yeah,
I think it'd be fun.
Because to me, the show, I don't take it seriously.
It's not. It's not meant.
Fun of it.
This is purely for fun. Yeah.
Yeah, and a little disclaimer. If you don't like fan service or sexual innuendos, we do not. Yeah, we do not recommend this for you. Sexual innuendos, yeah, and jokes.
Cut that.
We did
But
not recommend this for you. This is definitely not the type. If you're really against that, and we understand that some people are, and we respect that, obviously.
we respect that, yeah.
We just wanted to give you the heads up. This is definitely not the type of show you would want to watch.
They do something really interesting. So with lore, most shows I feel do this, but in this show, they really did it in a way that really caught my eye and made the information stick within my head. For example, they go well throughout the show. They have moments where they'll kind of touch on Japanese culture in a sense, and they have an episode where they literally go to a town that's or I don't know if it's a town, but an area that is in a place that is in Japan, where they visit these monumental like tourist attractions
and sculptures and stuff.
And they have descriptions, and the way that they do it, it's not like how in a normal anime where they'll have the writing up there like, oh, fact check, this is actually this. It's they wrote it into their dialogue, so the characters would walk up to, oh, isn't this that ancient, it's this, and it's said to do, I don't know, it could come off as cheesy, but I really liked it. It was really,
I think what Zay is trying to say is it really stands out because you're creating character moments while also explaining lore. And when we're talking about lore in this show, normally lore would be associated with, oh, Full Metal Alchemist, oh, there's alchemy and it's a world of this and you do this and all. That's kind of how you would think about lore. But what we mean about lore in this show is more just them actually speaking about
Japanese culture.
Japanese culture, if you will. So we just thought that was really cool to have that, because you obviously see that watching anime, you're obviously going to see a bunch of stuff about Japanese culture, obviously. But I felt like I was watching a really entertaining lecture.
Yeah, right? No, and that's how it comes off, and it's not bad. And to be honest, it's different. I'm stuttering there. I'm fine. I'm having a hard time
to explain.
It really is, because it's so different. But it's almost like those days where you go into school and you're like, I don't want to learn anything, and the teacher says movie day, and you're like, yay! But it's a really boring movie. But because it's a movie, you're so much more excited and brought into it.
Let's move on to music now. So I just want to say, when we chose this to be one of the episodes, I was like, or one of the animes we do for the podcast, I was like, okay, yeah, he was really hyping it up. He's like, this will be fun to do. And I was like, hey, I'm chilling with it. So
I have a big smile on my face, dude, because I already know what you're getting at.
I watched the first episode and I'm going through the intro song, and I am just stressing the hell out. I was like, what did he just, why did he choose this one?
Why? I sent like some High School DxD your way. Like
High School of the Undead stuff. Like, dude, watch this one. Like I saw it. I was like, dude, this is not how to summon a demon lord. We're not trying to do this right now. Did you have a feeling that I was gonna kind of freak out from like?
It's funny because I sent him, I think before we even went into the series, I sent you a couple messages even explaining like, hey, it's gonna kind of look bad.
He was like, just prepare yourself. It may look really bad, but it's actually decent.
Yeah, like it. And that's the cool thing about the show, because I'm weird. Sometimes I like shows where get a little bit more edgy and funny with your jokes, I guess, and use like the fans, because this show really uses fan service as a tool of a joke. Sometimes when you have it like High School of the Undead or High School DxD, where it's just really overdone and
vulgar,
so vulgar to where it's not funny. It's not.
You're obviously just trying to create something sexual here.
Yeah,
you're not using it as like a theatrical element.
Exactly. This here they use it more to I guess like it
Because
works
there'll
well.
be time. Let's just talk about it then. There'll be times where, like, I have one in particular, one moment I really like in particular, and she got drunk. Uzaki-chan got drunk, and then the next day, because she threw up on
Oh,
Sakurai's futon,
futon.
and
Yeah,
then the
yeah.
next day she's all like, I'm so sorry, it was so dirty, and blah blah blah. And he's like, "Don't worry, it was your first time," or whatever. And people are
But
just
yeah,
looking at
and
him like,
they're wording it so wrong, and because
"Yeah,
it was, and like this goes back to like how we explained Uzaki, she will do things like this on purpose, where she'll speak louder than she normally does in
yeah,
a crowd full of people during a awkward conversation, and because it's all out of context, everybody will like look at Sakurai so weird.
yeah,
So just the, oh, it was your first time, you know, it was bound to happen. You're bound to get
yeah."
my futon dirty. He's got like a group of girls looking at him like, oh my God, it's his first time. She's
Oh,
giving
they're
him
like,
money
"He's a
during it
pimp.
too.
He's a pimp." Or something like that. Yeah. No, that see, but it's used as a very comical comedy, more edgy
Very much
comedy.
like it's definitely like, oh yeah, this is a sexual joke, but it's not like, oh, look at this, like in a high school DxD sense of sexual, where
Exactly.
it's not even cleverly written, it's just played up, here you go. Like, no, I don't want that. Like,
No, exactly.
honestly, if you're like one of those people who love animes with a really nice soundtrack that can fit the anime well and get you engaged into the story and into certain elements and moments,
Mhm.
this is not that anime.
No, definitely not. Definitely
Like,
not.
because honestly, I'm gonna
And
be
it's
honest,
not trying to be.
it's not, yeah, it's not trying to be.
Yeah.
That's not the point of this one. Like we said, this one's kind of a silly, funny one. You're
Yeah.
here for a silly goose time with this one.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like it, other than the banger of a like intro pop song we get, which I'm not gonna lie,
No.
no.
No. No.
Like, oh yeah, it gets me going. I'm like, ooh yeah, I bang along to a little xylophone with it. But
Welcome
rest
to
of
the
it-
Panoramic Perspective Podcast. We just restart the whole thing.
Restart what? You don't like the xylophone in that? That's a banger, dude. Come
How about this?
You
How
don't like
about
any anime
whoever
intros.
whoever I love anime intros when they're good. Whoever is watching on YouTube, put this in the comments. I want you to watch the Uzaki-chan intro. Find it on YouTube. You're watching on YouTube anyways. Go look up the Uzaki-chan intro, and I want you to post whether you think it's a banger or not. How
They're
about
gonna
that?
agree with me, bro, because
No,
that's
they're
a
not.
banger.
No,
That is
they're
a
not.
banger. That is a banger.
If you think it's a banger, you're on Team Zay. If you don't, you're on Team Rory. Let's go.
It's all right.
We'll do it.
They want to be on my team. My team's cool.
I don't think so. So yeah, anyways, moving back kind of towards the music. Something I do want to say though is the standard music, like we said, isn't super engaging, but there's a violin in it
Yeah.
that goes stupid. It goes so stupid. I don't know if it was just me. I think you realize it too since you're saying yeah, but the violin was going crazy.
It
violin
really
was
it's
kinda
almost the violin was almost like the piano from Garden of Words. It was just like, yeah, our music ain't really that special,
But their
but we do
violin
have
was
this one person who's
like that person by the end of the song, the violin like combusts.
it just like it looks like Thanos just snapped his fingers. It just fades away.
Yeah, exactly. And then something I also thought was worth noting, because this was, I think, the only time the music was actually used as an element, a theatrical element in the show, is when they go to Tottori or whatever.
Yeah, I believe it's called Tottori.
Yeah,
Sorry
they go
for
to the
butchering
Tottori
that name.
Yeah, sorry. They go to the Tottori shrine and they find out it's like the matchmaking shrine.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard it, but when the friends were like, we planned this all along, the music sounded like our friend is the murderer. Like,
I actually didn't catch that.
You gotta go back. You have to go back. Episode 10, I think it was.
Yeah, it's like 10. I think they go to Tottori.
The part where they're like, yeah, this is a couple's resort or something like that. The music is literally like your friend is the murderer. It's like,
I mean, that's how they were building up that whole episode, though. Just
but the music was literally, if you go back and
I'm
listen
gonna have to
it,
go
it
back.
literally sounds like she's about to kill them. That's the what the music is portraying.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back.
It's ridiculous.
The Toturi episode is one of the best examples we could bring up for the art in the show, because they do this throughout the show, but in Toturi you can see, or in the Toturi episode you see it the most. They do this cool thing where it's almost like they just took a picture of the actual place and put a comic like shader on it and then animated their characters into it. Usually when I see something like this done in an anime, it looks bad, it looks choppy, it clearly looks like, oh yeah, that's a real picture with just cartoon characters on it. Here they made it work. I don't know how they did it, but I just, my eyes didn't register that, off-putting sense, I guess.
I think the reason why it worked really well is because instead of taking that picture and putting it back with the cartoons, you said they made the picture almost, if you will, have an anime filter.
Yeah.
So you kind of take two very different mediums, and then you take one of those and bring it closer, I think is what helps it, I think that's what helps it.
Especially for like the type of anime that this is, I wouldn't really expect, something crazy artfully or artsy to kind of like shoot at me like that.
Yeah.
So the fact that a small little funny anime about a girl trying to hang out with an introverted guy gave me a sense of euphoria almost when I saw some of these shots. Like literally I would pause my phone when I was watching it and just go, that is a beautiful shot right there, because it's just it gets jaw-dropping on some of the moments. They walk into a museum and they're looking at figurines and statues.
I do really like the museum.
And it looked beautiful. Like I don't know what else to say about it.
Now that we talked about the art, I actually wanted to ask you, now that we got your input about the Toturi episode and stuff like that, what was your favorite episode?
I would have to say the Toturi episode. Like in all honesty, it really is kind of the height of this anime to me.
I would agree. Because what's so funny? So I watched the firework episode, and then I was like, oh, this is probably going to be my favorite episode. And then I watched the Toturi episode, and I was like, this is my favorite episode.
It's a really
a solid episode.
Yeah. It's the writing is good from start to finish, because there are moments in the show where the writing is cheesy. I'm not gonna lie. The writing's not perfect. Sometimes they'll throw in a really cheesy joke where you're like, that was funny, but
that was a hit and miss almost.
Depending on my mood, I probably wouldn't have laughed at that,
maybe if I was intoxicated.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit. But the Toturi episode, it's almost like they went into this sense of, let's give these viewers kind of a real story throughout this little fun adventure we're telling. Let's show them some real emotions with the characters that we've been messing with this whole time. Let's really make those emotions stand out most here. And that's something I love too, because throughout the episode of the Toturi episode, it's literally, we still see that classic Uzaki and Sakurai love-hate friendship, but this episode, it's got such a romantic feeling to it that it's both characters realizing, oh, I think this is more than just a friendship almost.
I definitely think that's what makes it my favorite episode, is the way they handled that development, because like he said, there's been this whole love-hate relationship, if you will, or love messing around with each other relationship. And one, they go on vacation to Toturi, and it just seems like they really just want to have, I want to have a good time with you. Yeah. And it's almost like the next step that you wanted from them, I think. Yeah.
Oh, definitely. It was fulfilling. It felt good to see that it wasn't, no, I want to be with you just because everybody's saying that we should be together and we're at Toturi. It was, no, you know what? Screw them. Screw this place. You and me are together. I came here to have fun with you.
I want to have fun with each other's time.
Let's enjoy each other's time.
I do like that.
Yeah.
That was good. That's where that was the moment where I was like, Okay, Zay, I see you. Not bad.
You're like, okay, this isn't what I thought it was.
Yeah, it's almost like, now I'm not saying at all that it's nearly the same par as this.
I'm gonna agree with you because I think I know what you're about to say.
Think about BoJack season 1, where the whole first like 3/4 is just complete fucking around.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they hit you with, no, we're serious. And as an audience member, it captivates you because because I don't know if I'm the only one who kind of feels this way, but have you ever watched something where it's a really sweet kind of ditzy show or anime, and you just go, man, if this person died right now, they're not going to do it. But if they did, like, imagine how crazy of an impact
it would change everything. Yeah.
And so you kind of have that in a show, just not to the same extent. That's what I was saying.
I don't know if it's that extreme every time. Well, I'm just thinking about death.
No. If we're just thinking about death here, that I'm
not watching Dora and going, man, if Boots just died, bro.
If Dora just turned Boots into some boots right now. But obviously I'm not saying at all that that Uzaki-chan is on par with BoJack Horseman. I'm not taking it there.
Two complete different categories, if you ask me.
And BoJack is art. Complete art.
Anybody who disrespects BoJack disrespects this channel. Get out.
Well, no. We're drawing a line.
We're drawing a line right here.
No, if you don't like BoJack, it's okay. I understand that it wouldn't be everyone's cup of tea, but you know, it's good.
It's amazing.
But anyways, but that's what I'm saying,
episode.
Right? So you have this anime where, it's just a cute little romance with these very sexual jokes every now and then. So when you have that moment of, this is very nice and very
serious
development going on here, it grabs your attention.
It definitely does. What were some of your favorite moments from the show?
So a moment I really want to talk about.
Hit me.
I feel like it's more the episode is when they go to the mall. Because the first thing you have is, I'm trying this massage chair. She's about to.
Yeah. How you gonna word this one, buddy? Let me see you do this. So she's sitting in a massage chair, ladies and gentlemen.
And get off. She's about to get off the massage chair. That's clean. That's clean.
Yeah.
So she's about to get off the massage chair.
Yeah, let me just rail that into your heads a couple more times. So, she's about to get off.
And I thought it was just smooth because I was like, get off the massage chair.
Yeah.
We sound like we're fucking 12.
Idiot. Yeah, I know.
But I like how the creators just put these little captions that keep saying, she's in a massage chair. And it keeps going, and they're like, seriously, she's just in a massage chair.
Nothing more, because it's almost like they have to cover their own backs on their own joke.
They know what's going on. They're basically going, we know what's going on. So we're just covering ourselves.
Just know this is a joke. She's not really doing this.
She's really not about to get off on the massage.
She's really not about to be fully relaxed in the massage chair as my co-host just leaves me.
I really don't know if I should leave this in the video. Well, if it's in the video, you guys are welcome for good content. Anyways,
good content.
Next moment.
I'm keeping it in.
So, and then I just want to say this since we're still kind of in this episode. I really like when she's playing VR.
Oh yeah,
because Sakurai starts laughing at her, and she just keeps playing. And she like swings her arm and decks the shit out of Sakurai.
Literally hits man so hard that I'm pretty sure he got teleported to a different anime for a second.
yeah. And I just want to say, it didn't take 5 seconds of him being in an ocean VR for me to know exactly what was going to happen. He was like, "Oh, you want to try the VR?" I was like, "I already know what's going to happen. Squeeze, squeeze." Squeeze.
It's so predictable because what else is going to happen?
And then it happens and you're like, yeah, okay.
But it's funny. It is kind of funny the way they do it. I find it funny because so there's multiple moments throughout the show where Sakurai will somehow touch there's moments in the show where Sakurai will somehow come into contact with Uzaki in a inappropriate way, right?
What is that? First base, second base.
Second base. Second base. Yeah.
So Sakurai gets to second base.
Yeah, and he does this at like I think twice in the show, right?
Twice.
It's once while playing
I'll never
VR.
forget it. No.
Once while playing VR, and then he does it again like when they go to the beach. And something that kind of came to my mind is, how does he not know? Like, is he really that dense?
The writers are.
The first time I get it, right? Whatever. He was in VR. I can see how maybe he immersed.
This is super realistic. I'm literally grabbing a jellyfish right now, and it feels like a jellyfish.
Fuck it, dude. I don't know. I'm gonna give the writers the benefit of the doubt for that one. I could see how that one maybe he could slide by with that one. But the second time, it was compared to a watermelon. How do you not feel a difference?
Wow. This watermelon feels like a jellyfish.
Oh no.
And you know what's so funny about him thinking it was a watermelon? They went to a completely empty beach.
Yeah.
They were at a completely empty beach. Why would there just be a watermelon on a completely empty beach?
That wasn't there before. That one doesn't make sense. And even the characters call him out on his bullshit on the second time too, though. Because even his best friend goes like, "Oh yeah, sure. There's no way he didn't."
Yeah. The Bush episode.
Oh, I in my defense,
I plead the fifth.
I forgot about the Bush episode. When I recommended it to you, I was like, "Oh yeah, I think it only has like a couple like bad innuendos." And then when I was rewatching it for the podcast, the Bush episode came.
Yeah. No, Rory's so gonna talk about this.
I knew it. I literally went, "Oh, I forgot," because it's so bad. She gets stuck.
Should we explain it?
Yeah, a little context. We won't go crazy. She gets stuck in bushes for chasing a cat for Sakurai because Sakurai really loves cats.
Yes.
He is
the
obsessed
show
with cats.
really loves cats.
The show has a cat fetish. Definitely.
Big time. I don't know why, but they do. Like the creators, they really like Beastars.
There's nothing wrong with that. Beastars is amazing. Is an amazing thing. Anybody, you know what?
We gotta stop.
I will take a stand on that.
Coming at our audience. We gotta stop doing
No, I'm coming at the audience, bro. Screw that. Anybody who's got a stance against Beastars, you can
get out, line and
get out right now. Unsubscribe.
No. It's okay to disagree with us.
You know what's another strange moment that I kind of actually have a stance on?
What?
The chocolate mint movement, bro.
Okay. Cocoa Mintian shall reign supreme. That's all I want to say.
Wait, are you actually like one of those people who are like a hardcore like chocolate mint?
Mint chocolate chip is my favorite ice cream.
Really?
Oh, best ice cream. Come on.
Well, you're wrong, but it's okay. It's okay
What's
to be wrong.
What's your favorite ice cream?
Sherbert. What the fuck? It doesn't even matter. It's all type of sherbet. Rainbow sherbet, the sour types of sherbet. Oh, I mean,
this will be a test to our audience as well to see how far they stick in the video, like how long they actually watch us for. If you've come this far, I want you to also, on top of saying, "Oh, are you on Team Rory or Zay?" I also want you to say whether mint chocolate chip or sherbet, which one's better.
They're gonna pick sherbet. Everybody loves sherbet.
No, get away. I feel like our palates for food are very different because I eat vegetables.
You know what's odd? I eat vegetables too. What the fuck do you mean? You always
whenever
get out of here.
No, because I'm putting a stand right now on it. Whenever me and him go out to eat, and
it's different. If I'm going to a restaurant, I'm not gonna try to eat healthy.
We go out to eat.
Restaurant.
No, it doesn't matter. Even if it's a burger. He doesn't get anything. Think about something that could have like veggies on it or something like a taco. Nope. A burrito. Nope. Nothing. No. It'll just be if he gets a burrito, it'll just be like, oh yeah, they'll have like sour cream, guacamole, all that. He'll be like, yeah, can I get a burrito, but just rice, beans, cheese, and meat.
I was about to say, I forgot the carne.
Moving on.
Another moment I really want to bring up that I really enjoy throughout this series is we get these little moments of jealousy with Uzaki. Each time Ami is brought up into conversation when she's talking to Sakurai. And in the first instance of this jealousy we see is because Sakurai calls Ami, which is her first name, because she's literally been hanging out with him all summer. I think at this point they were in summer. So yeah, like all summer and before that all school year, and she's still called Uzaki. And the cool thing about these little jealousy moments too is each time they show it with Ami, it's bigger each time. The jealousy is it's not just like, or it's not just how in I feel other shows would be repeating the same type of jealousy. Yeah.
They developed the jealousy.
Yes. It wasn't just I'm jealous because he says your name. It was I'm jealous because you're obviously a lot closer than I like you to be.
And then it gets to a point where Amy is just going full on, I'm ready to get down with you now. When they're trying
in the karaoke?
I was like, oh. But I knew that from the start because when we first get introduced, she was like, yeah. Sakurai's hot, and then Uzaki comes and she's like, oh, he has someone already, and she quickly like moves on, just like, oh, I like their interaction.
Well, it's not that she moves on, she just goes, because she is like her father and she's obsessed with watching people in a perverted sense, she loves the interaction between Uzaki and Sakurai, and that's the biggest thing is people who, by people I mean there's only 3 people who love the interaction like that much between Uzaki and Sakurai, and it's just because of their natural chemistry between the two. The way that the two are able to riff off, it drags people to gravitate towards them.
Anyways, should we just kind of be like, okay, we keep going off topic, let's just move on to the next
honestly one. I think because this topic keeps fucking
you say that and I'll be like, good idea, we'll move on to my thing.
Say what?
Game plan. No. I'm gonna keep this in the video. I just want you guys to see that how it is trying to explain a game plan to him. We're having trouble continuing off this moment without riffing off, as you saw earlier, because I probably kept a lot of those moments in. So I was like, dude, should we just say, oh, sorry guys, we seem to keep on riffing off this moment, we're just gonna skip it, go ahead, and then it'd be my turn, and you sit back and you're just like, what was that? This is what I deal with.
Oh shit. Okay, I heard you and I comprehended what you said, but I did it. It just like dude, you
listen to him. Listen to him right now. You know, I heard what you said. I comprehended what you said, but I didn't.
Because I did, but I did it at the same time. Because I'm almost positive if I remember correctly, I don't know, that was like ages ago. I think I said yes. Like I responded to you too. Like I
So
was okay
moving
with the
on.
plan. Within like those little jealousy moments that I was talking about, Sakurai also has these really cool moments. Not cool, but funny, truthful moments that he lets slip out of him where he will kind of in his head have this conversation with himself and be like, okay, I'm just gonna do, you know what? I guess I can't get rid of Uzaki, so we're gonna have to hang out today. I'll just be civil or whatever, right? And he goes
Yeah,
into like this autopilot mode. And you ever been in that autopilot mode? Yeah,
definitely.
like I feel like this
I
is
do it when I read textbooks all the time.
but that autopilot mode where you are listening to what everybody else is saying and you're answering them too, but it's coming out truthfully because it's just your brain's just answering quick, like
Yeah.
responding. So
Yeah,
he has multiple moments like this, and my favorite by far is the karaoke scene where Asui or Ami and Uzaki are dressing up as like different, they're cosplaying as different like
costumes.
costumes
Yeah.
to show off to Sakurai.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, they ask him like, "Oh, which one was your favorite?" Or well, they ask him like a set of questions, and the last question was like, "Oh, well, which costume was your favorite?" And he just on autopilot goes, "Yeah, the bunny was really cute," and it.
I love it because she responds with, "You pervert."
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so
The
fun.
most skimpy costume there was.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
and Uzuki was dressed up as the bunny for context. So
Yeah.
it was Uzuki like finally almost getting this straight up confession from Sakurai of like some, maybe thoughts that he has had in his head.
Yeah.
And she's just embarrassed and are you perv? Like how
Yeah.
dare you? It's not like
Yeah.
she's never put you in an awkward situation before.
A moment I really want to talk about because that's when I didn't think the show was going to do this to me,
Mm-hmm.
but there's a part where Uzaki finally shows up to Sakurai's house and it's raining. And he's just like, "Come in." And she's like, "I can't hang out with you anymore." My heart fucking dropped. I was like, "Wait,
The fact
what?"
that the episode ends right there too.
Yeah. And I was
Like
like,
the
"Wait,
episode
what?"
ends right there.
Yeah. I was like, "What is going on?" I actually kind of freaked out. I was like, "Wait a minute. What the heck?"
Because they lead you to
It's
it.
like this is the Boots is dying
So
now.
Boots
Like
is dying now.
that's this
That's
moment. I was
exactly
like,
what it is.
yeah.
Dora snapped. Like
Yeah, and I did not think this show was actually going to make me kind of freak out like I did. I was like, no,
yeah.
wait, what?
It's really awesome because they do this on at the end of episode 11. So right before the last episode, they leave you off of this cliffhanger
Yeah.
of we can't hang out anymore. And it does that to you. It makes you go, what the fuck? I wasn't ready for this. I thought this
Yeah.
was a fun show. I was ready for them to bake and play video games again. Like,
Yeah.
what do you mean you can't hang out? Uzaki, please tell me. Oh, and then you immediately start the next episode, and it's I didn't do my homework. I need your help.
Yeah, I need to do my homework or I have to do summer work and we won't be able to hang out.
Yeah, and which I'm so like that made me laugh because it was a perfect joke for this show. It was a perfect way to
It was they totally like how Uzaki fucks with Sakurai all the time. The creators totally was messing with their audience there.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, you
was
want to make
messed
everybody
up.
have a heart attack?
Yeah, here you go. Yeah.
But it was perfectly, it was well written and well crafted because I didn't see it coming.
It was really good because of the moment that develops from that situation, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to me, like looking back at it, it almost comes off as because leading up to that, we've kind of had like a series of like a series of serious episodes in a sense, where like we're getting into some serious writing and more developing our main characters. That this moment was hey, we're still funny, like fun anime. Like, calm down, you silly goose. Like, come have some fun. Like it was a slap in the face to us to kind of just like, yeah, we know how to write. We want it, but this is fun.
Yeah.
Uzuki just wants to hang out.
So then we finally get to the ending, and I'm a little upset with this ending.
Really?
Because, yeah, and what happens is basically, oh, we're back to square one, if you will.
Yeah.
We're gonna hang out more, and it ends. Like, they don't get together officially in the end. That's why I was like, that's why I was thinking, oh, this is a 2020 show. Is there going to be another season where they finally get together, or is this really it? Like, is this going to be Monthly Girls Uzaki-chan to me right now? It's by the way, Monthly Girls Uzaki-chan, way better than this show.
What's that?
We're gonna do it one day for the podcast.
Oh, okay, I'm pretty excited.
It's basically a PG version of this show that's lightweight, way better.
Get out of here. Nothing's better than Uzaki-chan. This is a god tier anime. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but priorities.
All jokes aside, though, I can agree because it is a bit of an underwhelming ending, especially after episodes like the Toturi episode, where it was literally an episode focusing on building up these characters' feelings. And playing with the thought of these feelings finally and confronting them to just we're still hanging out. But it's the final line that gave me that makes this ending okay, because to me it comes off as the writers being like, yes, we know you want them to get together. They're not together right now, but there is that,
what's
romance
the last
between
line?
them.
I don't remember.
It's not I don't think it's the last line, but it's one of the last things he says to her. It's right after she's back, or she comes back to school. She's looking all sad and stuff, and he's talking to her, and he says, it doesn't have to be summer for us to hang out. We'll always be together. Like,
oh yeah, that was cute. I do like that, and it is satisfying to hear that. But like I said, I don't know, when it's an anime like this where we have been describing it as just a fun, like funny romance.
No, definitely.
Like, for them to be together seems almost prudent to happen,
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my only problem with it.
Yeah, so with my final thoughts for this, I'd say that this is definitely a fun anime to watch. It has some not safe for work or home moments. So if you're, one of those people who like watching this, but you're always afraid of having that one scene that friend will walk in on, this is that anime. It has those moments. So
and
be
again,
wary.
just that disclaimer of, if you don't like fan service or anything in terms of being sexual, whether that's jokes, innuendos, or such, we don't really recommend this either.
Yeah. However, it is to me, it is a really fun story. It's fun to watch. The jokes in it aren't those cringy jokes, because that's my problem with most stories like this. They're cringy and too bad. Whereas
cringy and too bad.
A horrible description for horrible things.
I like that. No, yeah, I would say what's important to keep in mind as we were talking about it through this podcast is that we kept on saying it's fun.
Yeah.
So when we say that this anime is good, and for anyone who likes Blue Exorcist and was like, they say this is good, but they don't like Blue Exorcist, there's a difference, because what the outcome is trying to be.
Exactly.
This outcome is they just want you to have a fun, entertaining time, and they achieve that. And that's why we say this is good for what it is, compared to something like Blue Exorcist,
where it was supposed to be more of like this investment, big story reveal at the end.
And it wasn't.
It wasn't. It was a letdown. Yeah.
That's why we say it's a letdown in terms of what it is. So that's why we're saying this is a great anime. If you just want something fun.
You don't want to start. Say your friend's been telling you to watch Black Clover, and you know that there's 4 seasons and 182 episodes right now, and you don't want to catch up yet. Throw on Uzaki-chan. 12 episodes. You can watch it in like 2 days, and you'll have fun with it. You honestly will. Well, I think that about does it for today. This has been Uzaki-chan Wants to Hang Out. For those of you listening to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or whatever audio platform that you may be hearing us from, please come check us out on YouTube, where we do a video version of this show. And if you're watching us on YouTube, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Well, thank you guys so much. We hope you enjoyed the trip. See you next time.